everybody. We're all gonna get laid.
You're doing it. I ain't touching it. Nope.
Here.
No,
Here.
I ain't touching it. Nope.
Here.
Nope. Good try.
And good morning, Golfing World. It's TGD Today. Here, the round table. HR3, George Honeycutt, the Godfather, and, of course, Stumpy.
That's right.
Stumpy. New nickname for Al.
That's because I lost a finger.
No, it's got nothing to do with your finger. You want me to get you going, HR?
Oh, boy.
You want to relive yesterday afternoon?
Jeff actually likes me. Don't make me get in trouble.
Okay. I won't.
That's
All
right.
Well, boys, how are you? How's your week?
Been busy.
Busy out at Possum?
Yeah,
Yep,
things are
definitely.
busy.
Yeah?
Definitely.
Good deal.
We've been cooking.
Actually, the Saturday golf group is coming to Possum this week.
There you go.
So
Excellent.
I won't be there, but the Saturday golf group's coming to Possum.
The course is
So.
in good shape right now.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I saw.
Yep.
I looked at a little bit of it yesterday, hitting some balls. Interesting driving range, but they had the tees move forward down into the hitting area.
Oh, yeah. When you get the breeze coming off the ocean, too, you get, Trevor.
Oh, dude.
You get Trevor and Lundy and Landon out there. You better not be on the other end.
Yeah. Oh, man, I was nutting it. That wind back wind yesterday, man, I was hitting 7 irons, 120 all day long. I was nutting it
with a draw.
with a draw.
That's right.
Yeah, little peeler.
Yeah, a little feeling.
Folks, just in
Little baby
case you
draw.
didn't know, George is one of those when he hits a shot, if he tries to hit it through his plate glass window, he has to duck for the rebound.
It'll come back at you. Look out.
That's right.
She's backing up.
There's many worms in heaven right now.
Oh, there is.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. I'll take them out.
So what's up?
Bury them to their neck. Shave them off.
So what's going on?
Just, I was sitting here talking about this week, since Furyk's win last week at the Heritage, there's been these debates going on in several different media outlets about, has Furyk done enough to get in the Hall of Fame? My answer is, yeah, he did enough before this win last week.
Well, I don't think there's any question. You look at the Ryder Cups, he's won the U.S. Open, and he's won, this was his 17th win.
17th win.
Hard. It was a hard tournament for me to watch because Jim is one of my best friends, and then Kevin Kisner, I've known him since he was 8 years old. Kids had a combination in my garage when I lived in Aiken, going back and forth getting clubs and this and that and the other. And nice to see Kevin have a chance and keep putting himself in that
And he
situation.
played well.
He played great. I mean,
Yeah.
birdie 18 to get in the playoff and then birdie it again to keep it going. And
I hope that gave
You know.
him the confidence that he can do that at any time.
I think it's not a matter of hope it did. I know it did. I just think you just got to sit back and watch and see what he does with it from here forward. Cause
Really good ball striker.
Can putt it in a
Putted
thimble.
extremely well.
I mean, he can putt it in a thimble. He's that good.
Yeah.
But to see Jim, you don't see Jim get excited like that. And to see him
No.
get that excited on 17 when he made that putt, that was kind of
Well, it's
nice
been
to
4.5
see.
years since his last win. So
and all the grief he's catching from the press.
yeah.
It's nice to kind of say, okay, this is mine. So,
Well, again, I believe he's done more before that win to get into the Hall of Fame. He's done enough. And now with the 17th win, I mean, we've seen people go in there with far less. We've seen people that had to wait far longer. But I think it's a no-brainer. He's a shoe-in.
He's a super great guy. I got the opportunity to meet him at the Monday after the Masters, not this year, but I think it was about 2 years ago.
Right.
And just a real mellow, kind of guy. It's super nice.
They just had their charity event
Yeah,
that he and
that's
Tabitha
it.
put together yesterday.
Right.
Or no,
Monday.
Monday. And he's deserving. He's done everything.
Yes.
He's been out there,
Yes.
and like I said, he's been on every Ryder Cup team they've had
Yeah.
Yes.
since I can remember.
And he'll be Ryder Cup captain.
There's no question. And
Yeah.
he's probably one of the better
Best,
ones because he's even keeled, but yet he has a fire in him that people don't know.
Oh, he's
about.
competitive.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt about it.
Big time.
So we've talked about Hall of Fame, and some guy brought up on a media outlet this week, and I couldn't believe that they even dedicated some time to this. I mean, it was just killing it, and I'm sitting there going, well, if they can burn up time, I guess I can too. This individual stated that John Daly should be in the Hall of Fame. What's your thoughts on that? Just simply because of what he's done for the game of golf. He's got a major championship, yeah. Okay,
Why hadn't put Barry Bonds in the Hall of Fame even though he got banned for steroids?
yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah, I
basically the same thing. You're talking about a guy. Yes, John Daly is one heck of a talent. And
No,
I've
no
known-
doubt.
We were, we went through tour school together for the first time in 1987. The guy's been divorced, I don't know, 4 times and rehabs and this and that.
Well, this
and that.
individual was
I mean,
arguing
is that the
he
kind
should
of
be on
person
it.
you want in a Hall of Fame?
Well, that's just it. He was arguing that he should be in the Hall of Fame because of the character and the quote unquote, I don't know. He created in this individual's mind, he created the long ball. He was the first long hitter. He was the first big hitter. Whatever.
Are you
That wouldn't
kidding
be
me?
Oh no, I'm telling you somebody else's comments,
No,
not mine.
That's not enough to get you in,
Oh,
even
I'm-
if he was the one that
And I'm sitting there going, why are we even discussing this?
Yeah.
I mean, there are many other people that, would be considered way before John Daly would.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a big
Way
Daly
before.
fan. Even though he's quirky, and he goes off the rails and comes
Well, you
back.
need to get off that bus because I'm going to tell you right now that this is the dumbest conversation I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, that we've had.
No offense.
Oh, I'm
no
with you, I'm
offense,
with you.
because I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you, I watched the guy have to win a golf tournament to get out of a country because he destroyed his room after losing $100,000 in a casino.
We remember that
He's
story.
a little crazy. Yeah.
I mean, seriously, how do you consider somebody like Hall of Fame is for
Yeah.
kids to look up to?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah. I'm
Role
not-
models.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not saying Hall of Fame
Are
fame
you
by no
kidding
means.
me?
Fame?
Yeah.
Hall of Fame? It's
Now I done screwed up my
and
headphones.
I tell you
That's
what,
mad.
as of last week, after I saw him up at Hooters, up at Augusta, I sat there and go, boy, if there was any kind of say, oh, he's turned himself around, that's changed. I mean,
Yeah, with his new business.
it was
ventures.
quite interesting.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was sitting as close to him as you and I.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite interesting. So,
And
and it's a shame. It really is.
George, you wasted,
all the
you
talent
wasted
in the
a
world.
breath you're going to need one day.
I
bro.
know,
I'm just
brother.
telling you.
All right, well, since we're talking about Hall of Fame, we talked about Furyk. He's an in. He's a shoe. Who right now is kind of getting there? I mean, we've seen the likes already of Phil Mickelson. We've seen the likes of Vijay Singh, Mark O'Meara, who's
VJ's
coming
in.
up. And I know, I'm saying of those that are in and are going in. The induction class for 2015, just to remind everybody, Laura Davies, David Graham, Mark O'Meara, and Bill Tillinghouse, or A.W. Tillinghouse, excuse me. Tillinghast, I did some research on him. I didn't realize this. Tillinghast took lessons from old Tom Morris.
Tillinghast.
Hast. H-O-U.
One of the greatest
H-A-U-S-T.
designers of golf courses ever.
Well, Beth Page, Wingfoot, Baltusrol, San Francisco Golf Club,
Mm-hmm.
Quaker Ridge, Somerset Hills. So
I'm
I
glad.
didn't know he took lessons from old Tom Morris.
I want to know why it took so long to get him in there.
It did take a while, didn't it?
I'm just.
He's
glad.
got 100 golf courses in the U.S. alone.
And I mean, they're old school and they've played majors on them.
He was one of the original members of the PGA of America.
Yeah.
I'm just glad we got HR3 here to pronounce the names correctly of these places. Because me being from Tennessee, it ain't easy.
Stumper.
But I mean, yeah.
So that's the crowd coming in, and they're all going to be inducted at St. Andrews, which I think is fantastic. That'll be great for Laura Davies. I mean, she's got 70 wins worldwide. I mean,
She's deserved.
She's earned it.
Isn't that
she's
amazing?
And she's a
Four
blast
ma-
to be around. You
four
would think-
major championships.
Everybody looks at her, and they think, she's hysterical.
Yep.
I mean, she is one of the funniest human beings that loves to, play golf and likes to have a good time and drink, gamble. She is a blast, and she is a first-class person.
Like Jimenez.
Yep. She loves
Exactly.
loves cars. She's a big car nut.
She is.
Yep.
The one thing, the one person, George, that I think should be on this consideration for the
Please
next one.
bring them up.
I lost my ball.
Yep.
Jose Maria Olazabal should be on there.
He's already on there.
Is he on the?
He's
is
in the
he
Hall
in
of
there?
Fame. Yep.
Okay.
He's
Well,
in
I
the Hall
didn't
of Fame.
realize that, but I tell you what,
He's in the Hall of Fame.
So Couples is in there.
Yep.
Who else could?
Do they
be?
go ahead and put Woods in?
Oh, no doubt. Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Is it because of his age? He hadn't gone in there?
Just his accomplishments in general and what he's done for the game.
That hadn't stopped.
As soon
him
as he
before,
turns
though.
40?
Well, that's a year.
Yeah. Yeah. So is he in the 16 class?
Should be.
Yeah,
Should be.
yeah.
I agree with you.
I mean, Ernie's already in there.
He's
So-
younger than Tiger, isn't he?
Ernie?
No, Ernie's in
No,
his 40s.
I know. Ernie's 42.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Oh, no
when,
doubt.
When did Ernie
who
go
else?
in?
doubt.
Who else?
When did Ernie go in?
And two inductions ago, 14.
David
he was
Duval?
13.
40.
13.
40. Duval's no.
No,
No,
I mean,
no, I don't think so.
just wasn't enough longevity.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I mean, he was ranked world number 1.
I mean, he did some
Twice.
good
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
He's got majors.
He's
Yeah.
got majors.
I mean, but no, I don't.
Not
think
enough
So.
there to justify it. Okay.
No, I don't think so. Really. Who else?
What woman? What other woman?
Oh, wow.
Anybody?
I mean, you could start going through Koreans. Lorena Ochoa.
Yeah, I think that's definitely. If she's not in there already, that's one for
Yeah.
sure.
Annika
She's not in there
Sorensen.
yet.
She's been
She's
in.
in.
She's
Yeah,
been
She's
in
been
for
in
years.
10 years now.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think Lorena. That's a
I
good
think
call.
Lorena.
I agree.
Yep.
I agree with you.
yeah.
I think that would be a very good one. Haven't seen. I mean, you can't not a Frost or Nick Price is in there.
Yep. So it's. I mean,
It's kind of sparse to really look at the criteria to see who's eligible. If you don't know the truth,
Colin Montgomery.
he's in. He's in there.
He's in. You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's already.
My
in
bad. My bad.
There.
And we're putting David Graham in. So,
Jacqueline's in, isn't he?
Tony Jacqueline's in.
Because they were talking about him on the Golf Channel this morning. How he's the reason that the European Ryder Cup changed.
Yep.
Everybody talks about Seve being the, kind of the figurehead of it. But
Yeah,
Tony,
you know who's
Jacqueline's
in
the
there?
reason.
That I was looking through the roster, guys, and just a couple people jumped out at me as to why are they in the Golf Hall of Fame. But one of which is a golfer. But I have to also wonder, it has to be his Asian record and just when he came through the PGA Tour, and that's Jumbo Ozaki. He's in the World Golf Hall of Fame.
And I think very well deserved.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's your argument for that?
Because the guy's won everything under the sun in the Asian world.
Okay.
I mean, he was the number one Asian player in
Well,
the world.
I do know and remember him being the token, Oriental Asian player that was sent over for the major championships, the Masters,
and he
things like that.
competed well in them. Mm-hmm. I mean, and he was flashy, and people, kind of
Huge following at the time.
Yes, yes. He's got records over in Asia that warrant what he did. Now, granted.
And it
There
being
were
the
rumors.
World Golf Hall of Fame.
Sure.
Yeah, I can.
And
I'll
mean,
agree with you. On
and
the
there were
argument.
rumors that he could play. He played certain golf balls over there that he couldn't play here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So,
But then again, too, the European Tour could also. Mm-hmm. So, you can make that argument for several.
I just don't
members of the-
understand. I mean, I understand an honorary type situation for a president of the United States, but President Bush,
Oh yeah,
how does he go in the
I
World
don't-
Golf Hall of Fame?
I don't either. I mean, I can see. I guess you would make an argument for him, much like you would Bob Hope, who's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but Bob Hope did a lot as far as golf tournaments.
Well,
And charities.
probably people could argue that George Bush did too. He showed up. He
Well,
got
where's
a
Gerald
lot of
Ford?
politics.
Was Gerald Ford in there?
No,
Gerald Ford
he's
played
still
more golf.
He's still tripping over the tee marker.
Is
But he
Eisenhower?
Yes.
Yes,
Eisenhower
Ike's
is?
in there.
Okay.
Yeah. Ike's in there.
Roosevelt.
I mean, Sandy Lyle's in.
And well deserved.
Yeah. So, of course, Masters winner. Phil's in. Mark McCormick, Gary Middlecoff, Johnny Miller.
Gary
By the way,
Player.
Johnny Miller, you had mentioned earlier off air that he's on a subcommittee for the election process, right? Selection.
You don't think there's an
Committee?
opinion being forced there, do you?
Gene Sorensen.
I mean, you listen to him on television, he makes
yeah.
you want to go
Yeah.
throw up. And I
Yeah.
mean, to hear him in an argument about somebody in there. I'm
Bobby
sorry.
Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Jose Maria Lost My Ball was inducted in 2009.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
All right, guys. So
Hogan.
Woods, basically, Lorena Ochoa.
I think it's a smaller class, but I think Tiger, I think Lorena. And just thinking about it, I mean, there really hasn't. I mean, who else from Europe?
Well, they put in
He's been in.
Sevy's. Yeah, Sevy's. He's
Thaubel's in there. Sevy's been in there 10 years before that minimum. I don't know.
They put Karsten Solheim in. Should Ely Callaway go in?
Yes.
I agree.
Yes. Yeah, Mr. Callaway should go in.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, of course, Karsten Solheim, famous for the ping putter and the
Square
ping,
grooves, the
square
whole
grooves,
9 yards,
the ping irons,
innovation of golf, and so
yeah,
did Mr.
the
Callaway.
cavity type,
And so did Mr. Callaway
cast system,
with the metal woods and stuff like that. I agree with you.
The Big Bertha. I mean, it was revolutionary.
I would look at not necessarily the president or whoever CEO or was with TaylorMade, but whoever the man was that actually did the design. That was the engineer of the TaylorMade metal wood.
The first
that
metal
was the
wood.
first one. I
the
think
first
so.
metal wood.
Yeah,
That right there is deserving to go into the World Golf Hall of Fame.
Yeah, the Pittsburgh Persimmon.
I've still got I've got 4 of them at my house of the screw bottom spoons that have the Allen wrench in the bottom of them.
I've got one of the original 13 degrees.
Yep.
I just thought of somebody that Ralph Malby of Golf Works.
Yeah.
As far as club making and club designs,
Yeah.
his books are still used today by the PGA and by the Golf Academy of America as teaching standards.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like as far as club making goes, his book is the book.
Mm-hmm.
That's on Club Repair.
Club Repair, regripping.
I think that's not to be disrespectful. I think that's going to be a stretch just from the standpoint of, yes, he did some innovative things from there.
Right.
I think this is more about the game itself.
Okay.
Let's talk about instructors.
Okay.
Harvey Pennick's in.
Mm-hmm.
Does Ledbetter go in?
No, not yet.
Well, I'm in the future.
Possibly, yes.
Butch?
Yeah.
Claude?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, you look
that's a whole nother industry that you could look at as possible candidates. So
and I think that's well deserved. It's no different than looking at coaches that go into the basketball or
Davis
football.
Love?
Mr. Love, yes.
Yeah.
Davis Love the third? Oof. Here we go.
No.
Ah.
He'll get there.
He will.
He'll get there.
He's already politically there.
But right now, no.
He's already politically there.
I understand. But right now, no. I think he'll
Ryder
get it.
Cup captain
I think
again?
he'll get it.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think
he's set himself.
I don't
up
think
for
he's going to get it for the next. I think it'll be a minimum of 5 years before he gets it.
Huh.
I could be totally wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, guy's only won one major.
Mm-hmm. Well, I tell you, it's an interesting conversation when you sit and break them down.
No question.
I'd love to come up with a list. You brought up a subject off air, and let's spend a few minutes addressing it. But there's been also some banter back and forth for several weeks, but this week in particular, about holding a women's Masters at Augusta. What's your thoughts?
Notice how quiet it got there real quick.
No. What's your thoughts?
No.
I mean, you brought up a great point. When do they play it? In the fall. It'd have to be.
They're going to have to play it in the fall. That's
after they put the rye in and the rye starts growing in.
And that's going to take away from their member play. You cannot play it after the men's Masters because the place is destroyed.
Yeah.
You go play there in the volunteer stuff or the club pros when they let the local club pros.
Well, they let them
play,
for
or
a
the
month.
Media,
a month afterwards.
That golf course is trampled. Mm-hmm. And I don't see how if they get any kind of rain.
It looked great this year, but without a doubt, it looked better this year at the end of the 4 days and the end of the 4 weeks prior to than I've ever seen it.
You can't play them before.
No,
you're not going to play them in January because in Augusta in January is freezing.
Do you handle it like Pinehurst with the back-to-backs? Do you bring the men in and play the Masters, and then bring the women in the next week and play their Masters back-to-back?
The only way I can see it working,
George. I don't see it.
I don't know. That's the way I see
I think there should be. I think they should figure out how, and if they can get the members to do it. You do the women in the fall.
First off, guys, are we wasting our breath to begin with?
Probably.
again, multiple wasting breath subject matters today.
I mean, every article you read, they're trying to play the political game of saying, "Look, this is a great idea. We're looking at it.
We knew this was as soon as Condoleezza got in there, we knew this was coming.
They're saying that has nothing to do with it.
Well, of course they are saying that.
But I think it's a great idea, and I think it's something to help grow women's golf and will pique an interest in the LPGA.
First off, there'll be no sponsor.
No.
There'll be no sponsor. People will buy. You brought this up. Excellent catch, by the way. Perfect. Perfectly said. People will come watch this just to get on the grounds at Augusta, just to see the golf.
They'll sell it out in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we were talking about. But
and NBC will, CBS, somebody will pony up some big bucks.
Oh, CBS will do it because Augusta National will not give it to anybody but CBS.
I agree.
And so,
but they'll pony up big dollars.
And like we talked about earlier, say they do this, okay, and they do it in the fall. Do you know how long this golf course plays in the fall?
Yeah.
Where are they going to play these women from? Mm-hmm. Because when they play it from where they're going to have to play it from and people see it on television, there's going to be a lot of criticism. There's a lot of backlash going to come from that.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
A lot of it. Because I'm telling you, this 11th hole, unless they play it from the top of the hill.
Well, the 11th.
Where the members' tee is, these girls cannot, they can't get there.
10, you can start at 10 and say and make that same argument.
10, they can play the old tee and get there.
Yeah, if they play the Ford, if they play the Ford members tee, they can get there.
They play the old tournament tee because they moved that back 50 yards, George.
Yeah, but
they play the old tee.
They would have to rebuild. The tee's not there. They would have to rebuild the tee.
Well, then they'd have to. But I'm saying if that was there and they played that, they could get there.
If they played the current members tee, they could get there.
They can get there. But
they'd have to catch the slot and go down.
The 11th hole?
The 11th, they couldn't reach it from the back. That little dip
that's in between that you see from watching from the tee box?
Right.
They'd have to
the members
tee
is down on the current professional tee in the back, tournament tee, and then you go down the hill, and about 3/4 of the way down the hill is the members tee. And they could play from there. And they're shooting straight uphill over the hill. But they would have a difficult time reaching that.
There'd be a lot of 3 woods, and there'd be a lot of girls that could not get there in 2.
Yeah.
I mean, because look at the guys this year. I mean, a lot of them had trouble getting there anyway.
Yeah, yeah. 14. They would definitely have to play the members tee.
They'd play the members tee. That wouldn't be an issue. 15, they could play the members tee, and they could probably try to get there in 2.
Yeah, they would have to just to create any kind of interest.
The 18th hole, they'd have to play that so far up. You look at a hole like number 5. If they didn't play it way up at 5, they could. There's no way. They'd be hitting dead into that hill, and everybody go, where are they?
They would have to play 4 from the members' tees.
Oh,
really?
They have to play it at 160,
they're not going to play
70 yards.
Yeah, they're not going to play it from 231.
They're not going to play it from 200.
Yeah.
I believe it would kick women's golf up one notch.
You doggone right it would.
Big time, and it would
I
bring
agree.
more light onto it.
And I've always thought, why not do it? I mean, and again, it was Augusta, so you don't question it.
Yeah, and I think if they get this done, and this is, I'm being dead honest about this and trying to be as unbiased as possible. If they do this, this is going to be a great thing for the popularity of women's golf.
Yes.
The only thing that concerns me, George and Al, is this golf course is going to be like nothing they've ever seen in tournament conditions and pressure-wise. And
or
I don't.
Do they make it look easy and that embarrasses Augusta?
Well, but they're not going to do that.
They're not going to do that,
and they won't do that.
No, let's say they catch it in soft conditions.
If they say they get this done and they decide to do it, okay, and these girls go out and you shoot 8 over par and win the golf tournament, it makes Augusta look like jerks, and it makes the women look incapable. And that worries me a little bit about women's golf image.
That's an argument.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Because
the thing
these girls have gotten to go play golf over there. by people taking them and what.
Mm-hmm.
They know what's there.
So do they? I mean, we could continue this on, but I mean, if they do it once, they're going to do it every year.
They have to.
Augusta will not enter this as a one-time trial basis time. It's like the drive, chip, and putt.
That's what I'm saying. You look what they've done with that and how popular it's become. I just don't know if
in 2 years.
It just worries me about if they go out there and they play poorly, and that, you know, like I said, 5 to 10 over par wins this golf tournament. It's just not a good image,
Right.
and that worries me. Now they may go out and shoot,
But you
5
could
or
argue
6 under.
too. You could argue too and say that's Augusta. You know, and then next year, let's say they move several of them up further or whatever. The way the course is set up now, guys, and I mentioned this in my follow-up discussions about Augusta this year, the walkthroughs, the patrons' passes over each hole, those would have to be moved again. And right now, they're almost permanently positioned.
Right.
Really, with the material that they're putting down in the crosswalks, it almost looks like they came in and paved the fairways.
Right.
Just simply to keep down the wear and tear,
Yes.
like you said, after the tournament itself.
Exactly.
Those would have to be repositioned depending on landing areas and rollouts and things like that. Because right now, it's down to the inch. They know exactly where the men are going to hit it, except for maybe 1 or 2 big bombers that catch a big break, like a DJ or whatever. And they may get into a crosswalk, which they have lift clean in place. You're allowed a free drop.
Or you get relief.
Yeah, you get relief. So the point is those things would have to be considered. And
Yeah,
then again, too,
big right there.
then again, too, you're breaking down all the bleachers, the grandstands. Now they have the permanent TV towers there. Well, years ago they wouldn't have to worry about it, but I mean, or years ago they would have to worry about it. Now they don't have to worry because those TV towers are permanently there. They never go away now.
That's correct.
But again, do you do it like a Pinehurst? Do you leave it in? All the amenities are there, so the LPGA doesn't have to, quote unquote, coordinate all that, get the logistics down. Augusta holds it the week after, and it just becomes the Masters month, basically, because that's what you're doing. Or do you play the men's, then take a week, and then the following week the ladies come in, giving the course time for them to practice and recuperate or whatever?
I think you got to do it to where it's, different times a year. I really do. I think they would rather have it.
I think if Augusta was going to do this, then of course they're looking at the azaleas, the grass, the rye. They've got this thing down to a science on a day-to-day basis. And I think that what they would do is they would treat it like Pinehurst, which was a great example and a study for the LPGA and the PGA. I would say they would have to come in back to back to pull this off and do it every year.
And there's going to be some cane raised on the PGA Tour with some of the RBC.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of backlash.
But see, RBC, I would say the RBC stays. Okay, so what you're doing is you're playing Masters, RBC, and then the week after that, the women play.
Yeah.
Which they would then compete with Zurich in New Orleans. Who cares?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
And it gives them time to do a little revamping if needed.
and also too, they just left out west where they had their first major, which was 3 weeks ago, the week before Augusta. So they would be coming into. Would they compete against that? I don't know. They wouldn't be able to have the ANA Inspiration because it would be about the same time as that, or do they move that up? So schedule events, questions, and all that. And again, their majors are over with, much like the men in September. So do you bring them back in the fall? So I don't know. Interesting topic.
It'll be
Definitely.
We ought to bring it up again.
Yeah. Well,
Won't you keep an eye on that and report back to us
I'll get right on
as
that.
soon as you get called in as a consult at Augusta? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Stumpy, anything you want to talk about?
No, sir. I'm good.
All right. Hugh, you good?
I'm good. Thank you, George.
All right, buddy. TGD today. Of course, this has been a roundtable. TGD Radio and TV are produced and broadcast by the Zeus Radio Network for thegolfdirector.com. When visiting the Golf Director, be sure to check out our featured course pages where you'll find up-to-date information about course conditions, specials, and much more. Need help with your next golf vacation? Just call Dave. Give us a call, 844-GO-GOLF-1, 844-464-6531. All of our programming is archived for listening and viewing on demand. To catch up on any show you may have missed, click on the TGD Radio or the TGD TV tabs in the menu screen at thegolfdirector.com. We're now available on over 1 billion devices at iTunes, Audio Realm, TuneIn, YouTube, Ustream, Roku, Blueberry, and, of course, the Myrtle Beach Golf app. This is George Honeycutt for HR3, Hugh Roy III, and Dr. Grind, Al Cloyd, Stumpy. We want to thank Jeff behind the glass, and we want to thank you for tuning in and joining us here today on TGD Today. There's more golf news and information coming up next.